Hey, welcome to Liverpool Connection podcast. I'm Julian. With me today, I have Glenn. We just finished watching the Real Madrid-Liverpool game. Liverpool on the night lost 1-0. I thought it was an okay performance by us without us being mind-blowing, which is what we needed. I'm disappointed. I'm not surprised. I was hoping, of course, for a miracle. Didn't happen. Glenn, what are your thoughts?
Hard one, isn't it? We were just chatting there, you're sort of going into a fight with a world champion, being able to use one hand, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? It's so tough. I thought like there was parts of Liverpool's game that was all right. It just came down to we had to be open. We had to be. So that sort of made things just so difficult. I'm not going to get too much into it because I know we'll probably do the going teams first, but I thought our front players really not let us down, but our front players could have done so much more, both defensively and when we had the ball.
And Klopp said it in the press conference, right? We needed a performance that was perfect tonight, and it didn't happen. We needed a performance that was similar, if not exactly the same as how we did against Manchester United in that 45 minutes, right? And the majority of that game, our midfield, I thought Fabinho and Milner did really well. I thought they put in a really good performance, and that was probably the position that everyone was mostly worried about before the game. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I thought they were solid. I really did. I mean, if you just sort of go back one step and from the team, the actual team itself, I mean, we all sort of presumed it was going to be them too, because there was not really many other options. But no. Were you surprised that he changed the shape or not?
I think I know we discussed this the other day, I think with the midfielders that we had available, the options, I wasn't surprised. I think he had to change the shape, right? Yeah. I think it was the only way with Henderson being out, Bajetic being out. He had to play a two in there, Fabinho and Milner, and he kind of asked for that, right? He asked for that formation.
He could have played Harvey, couldn't he? For example, I'm not saying I would. I'm saying he could have maybe played Harvey and played the three of them in there, but I mean.
And in a way, it worked. The formation worked. We created chances. Yes, with that formation, there was always going to be the possibility that you're going to give up chances as well. But we had to do that. Right? We were 5-2 down from the first leg. You have to go at them. And that formation, it worked. But like you said, it broke down. The most disappointing part was our performance up front. The final ball was poor. Our corners were dreadful tonight.
Yeah, but do you know what? Before we get into
it's like you said earlier. It's like giving them a goal kick.
I could do about 12 minutes. I could do about 25 minutes just on our corners, to be honest with you. But the forward players itself, because at the start of the game, I would have went 4-2-3-1. But I was surprised Jota played through the middle and Núñez left. And then obviously the changes later on. I just felt like we didn't really have a real threat down the middle of the pitch at any point, really. I don't think Jota was great. I don't think Núñez gave us a real great much help defensively. I would have maybe swapped Jota, and even if it was for 10-15 minutes, Jota and Núñez, I might have just switched them for a minute just to see what Núñez was like going through the middle. So that's maybe the only thing that I might have done differently from the team, was put Jota from the left and then Núñez through the middle. And
I know they both recently come back from injury, but that would be the only one up front that maybe you could see the change would have been Firmino starting instead of Jota. Jota didn't look fit, and it's not surprising he doesn't look fit. He's been out for a long time. I think maybe with Firmino's experience and the quality that Firmino has on the ball, it might have been a better option to start Firmino there. And hindsight is an amazing thing. We know that, but Jota seemed to struggle getting involved in the game. I thought Salah started pretty well. Salah was looking to get involved.
He had him on toast, didn't he? He had Nacho on toast. And I thought that seemed to be the way that we were getting in. There was some lovely balls down that right-hand side, and Salah was doing really well. And I think, I know it's tough to say because, they think they just hit the ball just before or maybe just after, I can't remember now. But that ball down to Salah and Salah cutting it back to Jota, you just think if that goes in at that point, and I know, don't get me wrong, there's loads left of the game and they're class, but you just think if you would have scored at that point of the game, or even the Núñez one going in, it would have changed. It would have just changed our mentality and theirs as well.
It's hard, right? Because Real Madrid, we know they're a quality side. They've won the European Cup 3 times in a row, I think it is, and if it, a one-off game, we put in a decent performance. We did all right. We did pretty good, but we didn't have that extra spark, like that extra guard up front, that extra quality, which has been lacking this season. And you saw a bit of that tonight. And it was just, and then first half, Addison was magnificent, made 2 or 3 fantastic saves. But like we said, we were going to give up the chances. We were going to, that's the way we had to come out and play because of what happened in the first leg. But the biggest disappointment was we know we can score goals. We have the players to score goals. We've done it numerous times this season. But tonight, it just didn't click. It just didn't work.
No.
While the formation worked from maybe a defensive standpoint, it didn't work going forward. That's where it didn't work. That's where it broke down.
I just feel like, I know it's maybe 2 or 3 weeks too early for Diaz, but man, I would have loved to have had Diaz tonight. I think of all of them, just to have had that, someone that can really run and dribble and take on players down that left-hand side. It's becoming an issue now for us recently, that left-hand side of just having someone. I mean, so many different. Andy Robertson must have played with maybe 5-6 different people this season playing on that left-hand side, and it's so important that we can try and get Diaz back. He definitely was missed tonight. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I know we haven't had him for ages, but yeah, it's a really tough one because I actually felt like people might shoot me down for this, but I don't think Liverpool were poor defensively first half. I know, don't get me wrong, they had some chances, but they were from like 30 yards out. There's some amazing shots, and we never got out quick enough. I still felt like we were okay. And then on the
we play all right. We play. I mean, it's a difficult place to go against a very, 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 very good side. And we're obviously a team this season has been having the odd moment of brilliance, but overall we've been extremely poor this season. And to go to Real Madrid and put in a decent performance is all right, but it's not good enough really for where we've been in the past, for where we're at this season. It's going to be a struggle to get top 4 this season. Where we have the quality to do it, but there's a mentality thing going on, which is the biggest.
It's the last game though. I mean, honestly, like I said at the start, like you're going into a game and you're needing 3 goals, like away at their place, like there's not many harder jobs, is there? Like. I don't think there's any other team in the world, even us at our pomp in 2019, 20, like to go to Real Madrid, to go to any team in the world, and like Real Madrid and score 3 goals. It's fucking tough going, isn't it?
It is tough going, and we didn't make it easy on ourselves after that first half performance, but first leg performance, but we. And there was elements of the game tonight that were really good, but then there was elements that were so disappointing going forward. And then what do you think about second half? So we start the second half pretty well. We're on the front foot. Again, we're struggling with that final ball. Again, we're putting in really bad corners, and then we know we need 3 goals, and he takes off Nunes. I get the Jota because Jota looked like he was struggling, but to take off Nunes,
I don't know.
Seen a bit of surprise.
Really, really weird subs. Really weird subs. I mean, we were speaking about, and as I was saying there, I didn't like Jota through the middle. I didn't like it, so I wouldn't mind seeing that change within the game. But then when Jota was coming off, I was thinking, well, we were speaking before, weren't we, and saying, okay, well maybe Firmino comes on, maybe Gakpo goes to the left, Nunes goes through the middle, change up a little bit. But I don't think those subs improved us.
It didn't help.
They didn't improve us. And then also with the game, like as the game was going on, Madrid were dropping back a little bit more. Liverpool were having the ball a little bit more. Nunes is an aerial threat as well. So keeping him on and putting him through the middle. And I just would have liked to have seen it.
And we're obviously recording this. We're recording this right after the game has finished, so we don't know. Maybe an injury.
Yeah.
We don't know.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, that could be the only thing I can think, because that is. It was fairly early. It wasn't. We're not talking like it was the 85th minute.
I just think to have done them
fairly early second half.
Yeah, you're right. But to have done them both at the same time would suggest to me that it wasn't an injury. If you were to take Nunes off and then you keep Jota on, I think it would have been okay. Do you know what I mean? But the fact that he's took them both off, I think that pretty much says it wasn't. I don't think the subs I don't think the subs help us, really.
We got it wrong going forward. We got it wrong with the setup, with the attackers, and it just didn't work. And we move on. So out the Champions League.
Frustrating. Hang on, one second. No, 1 second. The corners, by the way. Honestly, I was saying to whoever was near me, wanted to listen to me bang on and say, we may as well give them a goal kick. Our corners were absolutely atrocious.
They were appalling.
You're going in and you're needing to be so clever, and you're saying about being perfect. How many times? We must have had 10 corners there, and we didn't create anything from them. Every time they seemed to win the ball, they win the second ball, and they would counter attack on us half the time when we had a corner. It was so frustrating from our point of view that. So I wanted to have a little rant about that. It was piss poor. Absolutely piss poor.
And we kept saying it, and it kept happening. And the corners, whether it was either Trent or Robertson, there was just nothing happened from them. And we hit the first man, or they were way too far out.
Yeah, but do you know what though? But in this first half, the delivery, I don't think the delivery was necessarily that bad. I thought the people around the box were either
what's the movement?
No movement, or just slow to react. So it was a bit of both where the delivery was poor, but then the people around the box, scrap, fight to win the ball. Anyway, talking of shit and piss poor, the goal was so piss poor that it's like, do you know what? Just score from 40 yards. Do you know what I mean? Like when you can see the goal like that, it's just
Well, it sums up our season, doesn't it? Because Real Madrid had plenty of fantastic shots, great goalkeeping by Alisson, and then the goal that Madrid score is an absolute
weird,
shocker.
Isn't it? It's a bit fluky. It's crap on our point of view, but it's a bit fluky too.
A little bit of a fluky.
It's scabby.
A little bit scabby, but still, we shouldn't have been in that position to concede that type of goal anyway. It was the pass that led up to that, which has been our problem all season. But anyway, Champions League done. League Cup's done. FA Cup's done. Top 4. That's what we have left. That's our season, and now we're done for a couple of weeks. International break.
I've never been.
Thank goodness.
I know. How many times usually we have an international break and you're like pulling your hair out, just so bored out of your brains, and you're like, why didn't? Now I'm just like.
Well, now you can relax. What are you going to do? How are you going to spend your next 2 weeks? Now you've done it to worry about.
Probably not. Probably needing 2 months, to be fair. Probably need 2 months off. So yeah, not watch any football for another 2 weeks. I don't know. I'm ready for it to be done now.
I think we all are.
I think the next 3 games. I know they're a while away, and I'm not even thinking about them at this minute. But the next 3 games, you would hope that it can give us something. But who knows? Because we've said it a million times. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So before we go though, we may have some footage from Madrid, mightn't we? We may have something. Well, I know Steve might be doing something. I mean, what it actually sounds and looks like, we'll see. But also, we had Mike on there the other day, who's out there as well. So hoping that he might be able to send us something. And if they don't, fair enough, because they might be absolutely 1 drunk or 2 just can't be asked anymore. Which is fair enough.
We'll upload it anyway, and then everyone can decide if it's worth it.
Man of the match.
Man of the match.
Alisson, on it. Can't pick Alisson. Let's do it that way. Can't pick Alisson. Who are you saying man of the match?
Why can't I pick Alisson?
No, I'm just saying because it's so obvious. So like it's all. You can't pick
Alisson.
The
man of the match is Alisson.
Right. Second man of the match.
That's too obvious.
Yeah, it is.
Second man of the match. I thought Milner was really good. I thought Milner surprised me in midfield. I thought his energy was fantastic. I thought he played really well. Milner would be my second man of the match.
Yeah, I think.
What about you?
Him or Fabinho. I think him or Fabinho were pretty solid and pretty. So it's okay. Go in there. So yeah. Well, anyway, that's it. Yeah. Go on.
Let's wrap it up. All right. So we'll keep uploading some content to keep us busy during the international break, and make sure you like, subscribe, thumbs up, all of that good stuff, and we'll see you soon.
Nice one.